talking with them, they were like, we actually would love if you helped us further in expanding our like fashion show aspects and like building that up. And I was like, yeah, of course, I would love to.
That sounds cool.
That's awesome.
All
So
right,
you like
Kyle, we
obviously
got to
made
get
an
started
impression.
if we're not live already. We are live? Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
All right, we are live? All right, welcome to the Velvet Podcast, our weekly podcast. We're trying to shoot a Velvet pod every Friday night. I'm gone next week, so that's why it's not Friday night. So to my left, I have Lisa. Lisa's from Pakistan. She did a psychology major at MRU. And now she's like, you know what? I want to be a creative. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I love to do. So she's been modeling and now she's on the pod and she's doing all that kind of stuff. So welcome, Lisa, to the Velvet Pod. To my right, I have Tay or Haley. Haley's her real name, but Tay is her Tailored by Tay brand name. She makes clothing, fashion stuff. And actually right after this, we're going to have to cut a tiny bit short today because she has a fashion shoot, which she is the creative director at.
Yeah.
Grew up in Alberta, an Alberta girl.
Yes.
Born and
raised.
true. And of course, everybody knows Dawn from our previous events. Dawn is a model, a singer, and does everything creative. She comes to a lot of our events and got a little on the Halloween party you were at, right? You came to our Halloween party?
I did. Yeah.
Perfect.
I
So
showed up.
welcome, Dawn. It's always nice to see you.
It's always nice to see you too. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, so we're gonna roll. First question is I'm gonna give it to Liz. Liz, you can ask Dawn, and then we're gonna.
Okay.
Or is it Lisa?
No, you're
right?
yeah, Lisa.
Okay.
But Liz
Sorry.
is one of the
Here I
nicknames.
already am
Like a
doing
nickname.
nicknames.
An
I'm
abbreviation.
5 minutes after.
Yeah, Liz is one of the nicknames.
Okay.
It's Liz.
So there's multiple.
Liz. People
Liz.
just have
All
all
right.
the
Liza.
Liza, not so much,
Not
but
so much.
Liz and
Okay.
Liz.
I will stay
So
away from
yeah.
that one.
Okay, Taz. Can I say the question?
Yeah. Say the
Okay.
question. Ask it to Dawn, and we'll just kind of go around.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So, what's one question you wish people asked on dates?
On date?
On dates.
Dawn, can we talk about your actual relationship on this show or not?
Putting you on the spot.
We can talk about parts of it.
Okay.
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
let's do this, and then we'll get into that a little bit because I'm
All
kind of
right.
curious about a few.
Are you
things.
curious?
A little bit. How open can you be about it? Not very? I'm putting you on the spot. Stick to the question at hand. We'll talk about it afterwards.
What's one question I wish people asked on dates? Is like probably something surrounding boundaries, like or like expectation. Well, maybe expectation is the wrong word, but like I feel like especially today, like people are so busy,
Yeah.
and it's like if you're gonna blow my phone up 50 million times a day, like don't even expect a reply at all.
Yeah.
But like allow me the time to reply. Sometimes I'm like busy as shit, and other times I just don't give a shit. So like just be cool with how I respond, and just know that that's a possibility that I might not immediately respond. Like if
Yeah.
there's like an emergency or something that's different.
You've got your own life you're busy with. You have to
Right.
focus on you. Especially if it's a new relationship, you can't be putting all of your time, effort, and energy
No,
into that.
because
You
you're like
gotta
still
focus
getting
on
to know
yourself.
that person.
Exactly.
They're not a priority.
Yeah.
So how much is the appropriate amount?
I don't know if there's.
Don't be blowing up Dawn's phone, guys. The hell?
never blows
Maybe
up.
like maybe like a little bit, but like just
Yeah, I'm a
know that
super fan
it's-
of good morning text.
Yes,
and like
yes.
good night text.
When? How early in the relationship do you do good morning, good night text?
Ooh, I don't know.
'Cause that's
if
a rough boundary. If it
Is
comes
it
too
why?
early,
Why is that
well,
a
you don't
rough
want to be on
boundary?
day one, like "Good morning, babe." You know, that's a little
Oh yeah,
creepy,
don't
right?
follow
Like,
Babe
babe.
is
That's
definitely
crossing the
not.
line.
at
Babe
what
is definitely
point?
not
Like at
it,
what
yeah.
point?
My boyfriend was sending good morning and good night text by like right after our first date. He
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
every day.
I feel like that would scare most girls away.
I was okay with it.
Were you?
Maybe I just
Actually-
liked him that much though. Where's
I did. There was a
Yeah.
good vibe immediately.
Is that a him thing or a you thing? Like if it was, is he the only one that you'd probably accept that with, or is it more of a?
I don't really know. Like it I think really depends on the person and their energy and how they approach it. Like he's very sweet, very kind, very respectful, and he's like very considerate of just like being conscious and aware of my emotions and what it is that's going on in my life, and he wants to constantly be acknowledging like
Like
me.
validated.
exactly.
And
Just
what-
sounds like an
Like, no, you're
emotionally
not
intelligent
crazy.
man.
Yeah, he
I like
is.
that.
And like you don't find that often anymore.
Oh, yeah. I was
How long was the first date though? Like, was it like a just a dinner date, or was it like this
So,
big event kind of thing?
We were originally planning on just dinner, and that went for probably about 2 or 3 hours, and then we didn't want to end the date, so he was like, "Do you want to go for a walk?" And then we went for a walk in one of the parks here in Calgary.
Which park?
I think Boness,
Okay.
Okay.
the one that has
By
the like,
river?
Yeah.
with the ice skating in the winter.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
sweet. Yeah.
So we went and walked down at that park, and we ended up walking for another at least hour or two. And then it was like 12 o'clock, and we were like, well, we're supposed to go to the Ponoka Stampede tomorrow, actually, at like 9:30 in the morning. So maybe we should get off to bed. And then the next day, he came with me to the Ponoka Stampede.
So when he sent you a good morning, babe text, you weren't creeped out at all?
No, I was actually quite glad because I was worried he might not have woken up in time.
Oh.
Wait, was there a babe though?
There was no babe.
No,
It
it was
was
just
Okay.
good morning.
I was just
Okay.
about to
Oh,
say
okay.
We're okay.
We're okay. We're
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're smooth sailing.
It
right
was
now.
good morning. What time would you like me to come pick you and your best
Oh,
friend
that's a
up?
little different.
Oh.
Okay.
And then after that day, then it was always a good morning, and then eventually it was good morning, darling, or good morning, sweetheart.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't call me babe.
okay.
I don't like
Darling,
that word
sweetheart.
particularly much.
All right, Liz, your turn. Answer your own question.
I answer my own question. I mean, I'm gonna go off of the same communication, just that area there, because I think right off the bat, if you communicate what you need out of that first date, it could go really well. If you really need this person, just
You want it
for
right out of
fun,
the gate? Like
not
date
like that,
one?
not like a relationship. You don't have to say, "Oh, let's be in a relationship." Like
But you
that's
should
just
have
but
clear
you should have clear
expectations and boundaries.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think just what you said was like hitting the nail, because
I think so
I
too.
think that's one thing lacking in our generation so much is we just beat around the bush like
Yeah.
way too
I have to
much.
be clear
100%.
on this because I feel like I'm still a little bit lost. Are you saying on date one you want to like what you're looking for type conversation? Is that what
No,
you're
I
saying?
think it could be different things. It could be okay, I'm this busy, right? Like I'm not
Yeah, like,
going
this
to
is
be
my
able to
typical
respond
schedule, yeah.
like right away, or I do require like
This much
I do
attention.
like an everyday text, or I do like consistent communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that other person is just like left wondering, oh, what should I do about
Yeah.
this?
Yeah,
like guessing
You
game
had a
on
good
it then.
time, but then
Yeah.
what do you do after that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So communicating how you want to communicate further can lead from like the first date to a second to third, like
Which can also be
continuous dates,
intimidating,
yeah.
like in and of itself.
Yeah.
Communicating with like this new person because you don't
Yeah.
know how they're gonna respond.
Yeah.
Can
or
you give an
react.
example, Liz? Like, is it okay if I call you Liz?
Yeah, go for it.
Can you give an example, like when you're on first date, what you want the dude to be like? Okay, like we should talk every day, or like give an example of how you would communicate that.
Okay, the times that guys have kind of led with leadership, that okay, I like to, go on like this kind of date. This is what I do. This is what I think we could do. I think that's super attractive, and immediately I'm drawn to him. I think there's different ways of addressing that question. No one guy has said this one question that
Yeah.
I would look for. It's really just leadership. Like, are you really looking to,
You want an
have
alpha male.
not an alpha male. Alpha male is taken very
You
differently
want one that's
from
just gonna
different
take
people.
the bull by the fucking
I don't
horns.
like people that are just like, oh, so we're
Men
like,
that
we're just,
lead are the most attractive.
That's yeah, exactly. I think they know what they want, right? And then immediately okay, yeah, this is what I like. Because it's not like confusion in my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think personally there's no one framework or one line that every guy should say. It really depends on who they are. And if you're leading with intention and clear expectations and communicating right off the bat, even if that doesn't go anywhere, I think at least you leave a good impression on that person. Okay, yeah, like that guy was like super attractive because he was super honest in what you want. I don't care if that person doesn't want me after like 3 dates, or I don't want that. But at least there was honesty there.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, I'm drawn to you.
Communication is key when it comes to any sort of relationship, I think.
See, I have
honesty is the
I have to
best
jump in
policy.
here and
Yeah.
say I don't think that, like, I know what you're saying. Like, on the surface, it feels like that's something that people do want, but I feel like in reality, when I lead that way, it doesn't really work because the girl has like, she knows exactly where you are, kind of thing. And it's like, I like to communicate that way, but I don't find that it's like effective. Because it's like, if you're like, let's say you drop a girl off at midnight and then the very next day you're like, hey, I had a wonderful time last night and everything. It's kind of like, it's showing your cards, which I'm fine with doing. But when you show somebody your cards
Soon.
too soon, it
That I
almost
agree
prevents
with.
them from like being like, oh, I wonder if he likes me. And if
I
then
wouldn't
they don't think about you
necessarily-
so much.
No, I get that. I totally agree with that too, because you don't want to scare the person at
Yeah.
the same time. But I think it's just kind of, I don't know how to like put this because it's really just like a strong personality thing. But at the same time, you're subtle, right? Like you're letting that person breathe in that space of getting to know each other without leaving them astray in certain communication aspects.
leading them
So I'm
on?
not, I'm not saying you should just like, oh yeah, this is my expectation. 3 months, I like to like date someone, and no, of course not. Don't do that.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
No.
I have to be super honest here.
Yeah.
When I met my husband, we've been married 12 years in February of this year. We met on a blind date. Those never work out, but this one did. So far,
Wow.
12 years in. We went on a blind date, and I called him at 5:30 a.m. the next morning because I like couldn't stop thinking about him. I thought he was super cute. And then I asked if he was sleeping, which was kind of dumb because he answered the phone. But he was like, no. And I was like, you want to go to breakfast? And like an insane person, I brought my journal from like my darkest time in my 20s, like early, like 19, 20s. And I was like, listen, I'm crazy. Here's the
That would
journal
be
to prove
way
it.
too much for
Fucking
me.
Decide if you want to deal with this or not, because you're in for a ride. And I will let you know right now, this ride is crazy. So
I mean,
I'll just let you know
honestly,
right now.
I would be like,
But
get away
that
from
was a
me.
unique one. I've never done that before. And I like,
Oh my gosh, that's
I was
way
taking,
too
like, a
much.
large
That would
leap
scare
of
the living
something.
shit out of me. I'd be like locking my doors at night.
I actually told him men were useless, and that if we didn't need them to procreate, they'd be gone already. First date,
what?
That's
and I was
probably
like, I don't
true,
need a
though.
man for anything. And apparently, I asked him what he thought. I was like, do you think I was insane? He's like, no, I just said challenge accepted. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's
That's cool though.
That's so wild. I
But I
love
never
that
did
story.
that before. Thank God.
I don't
Yeah.
believe. I don't
You
believe
just wanted
that.
to take
I'll
the
bet
lead
you've
in
done
that.
that before.
Yeah.
I just like kind of knew when I met him though. I was like, it was like my brain went, oh, there he is. Yeah, there he popped up. He walked up my driveway, and I was like, oh,
How
it
did
turned
your
up.
How did your boyfriend pick you up to?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, he came in his car and
No, like not pick you up, pick you up,
Oh.
like
Which
in a car. No, like pick you up. Like, did he DM you? Did you know him from a
I'm
party?
gonna be so real. I really actually just needed a ride to Pinoca Stampede. So I made a Tinder account, and in my bio, I said free infield ticket to anybody who is willing to take me and my best friend to go to Pinoca Stampede. You can bring a +1 if you'd like.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, that's super-
That's actually
That's a
very
neat way to,
cool.
like-
I like
Yeah,
that,
I love that.
guys. Take
Everybody-
notes right here.
Everybody else was kind of just like really icky and being too much for me. And
like
at first,
on the Tinder.
yeah, and I knew to expect that. Like Tinder's full of horny people. That's straight up. That's what it is. He started asking me about like, do I like to read? I love reading. I love classic literature. And I told him that I was reading The Idiot by Dostoevsky. And he was like, have you read Crime and Punishment yet? And I was like, no, that's the next book I want to read. And we just talked about like philosophy and things that like interest us. And then he was like, before we go to the rodeo, like I want to take you on a date first to like make sure we have a connection and vibe. And I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. I would really appreciate that. And then he comes and picks me up for our first date. he's very shy. We barely speak on the way there. Right before we go to inside the restaurant, he's like, wait, I totally forgot to give you this. I brought you a gift. He reaches into the back of his car and he pulls out a brand new hardcover copy of Crime and Punishment by
that's
Dostoevsky.
That's so sweet.
And in my
so
little
cute.
girl brain, I was like, this is my future husband, actually.
Yeah, that's
love
cool.
that.
That's a
I
cool
really
story.
like that. That's
Yeah,
really cute.
intentional. See,
That's
like
like
that's what
a-
I'm saying. Like it
Extremely
doesn't have to be
thoughtful.
loud with
Extremely
words.
It doesn't have
intentional.
to be huge, but
Yeah.
there was thought put
Exactly,
into it.
exactly.
There's meaning behind it.
Exactly.
I think going back to the same like communication, maybe a part of that is like if the guy like actually sets up the full date,
He
which
did.
I see less and less
very
of,
important
more
for me
more of
that
these
like a
days.
man plans the first
Yeah.
date, because that shows initiative.
Initiative,
That
yeah.
shows that he is actually wanting and willing to put in the time, energy, and effort
Yeah.
to make you his.
I have to interject here, though.
I knew this
I
was
do.
coming. I knew this interjection.
I have to stand up for the guys out here. Like I plan all my dates still, but the current dating culture almost seems to be like you make a date and then it's like a 50-50 shot whether the date's actually going to like pull through or not. So it's tough because it's like when you like make a date, you got to like phone the restaurant, you got to like clean your vehicle, you got to like do all of these things, get everything in order. And like I always have to put a visa down, especially if it's a Friday night at a nice place. And then it's like there's like a 50-50 shot that like 6:30 and the date's
Like
at
last night
7, then it's like, oh, this happened, I'm so sorry, like this once in a lifetime emergency happened. And then you're forced to act super
yeah.
cool,
Yeah,
like,
of
oh,
course.
it's absolutely no problem. So I actually think the reason that dudes aren't planning dates as elaborately or as in depth or buying books and stuff.
Gonna be so real. I think a lot of the reason why women cancel so last minute is because they can tell there's very little effort and
yeah.
thought put into the date. If a man is actually going above and beyond what is normal in this day and age and booking a reservation and telling the girl to be ready at this time on this day, she is 100%
Like, I'll
more
pick you
likely.
up.
I feel like though,
yeah,
like
Like I'll pick you up. So the one thing is like just taken out of your list. Okay, he's picking me up, so I don't have to worry about
Exactly.
driving, parking,
Exactly.
whatever. The reservation is done. Okay, another thing you don't have to like worry about. All you have to worry about is really just get ready
Get ready and,
and
be
like
there.
be there.
But I feel
and
like
I think
Jeff
when the
is
effort is
literally
there,
saying that he's like done those things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
And,
like
there's
what are you
still a
guys talking
50-50
about? Like I
chance
do
that,
all
like,
these things. This is not
and Jeff's
like we're not like
okay.
it's not
And
like I'm
it's-
just like, hey yo, let's go out at 7.
You guys
That's
are
not what's
defending
happening
the
here.
50% that's like sweet.
yeah.
He's talking about the other 50%.
Yeah.
That's like,
So I think then that's
Like,
just
if
a
you guys
vibe
show
check when
up,
you're like
yeah.
talking to someone,
Yeah,
and if
definitely.
it's like leading somewhere where you know that the person's flaky a little bit, then
how do you know someo's gonna be flaky a little
It's
bit?
tough to tell.
It's tough to tell
Yeah.
nowadays, right?
tough,
Like
right?
it's
People are
hard
gonna
to
think
tell.
Yeah.
But like I think it has a lot to do with the conversation you're having. Do they seem engaged? Do they
That's
seem
a
interested?
yeah, that's a tough thing too though, because
Like you've had it.
I feel
you've
like
had-
maybe you two are a little bit more maybe not you so much, but
Before I say this,
yeah, maybe I better put a bigger filter on. You guys feel like you would show up to the date.
110%. If a man puts in the
100% I feel
effort,
about them
I
too.
will show up. Even if it's a bad date, I will still be sweet and respectful.
Yeah.
And I will just be courteous and be like, I don't think another date would be great, but I really appreciate the effort you put into this.
Yeah.
And go our separate ways.
Because you gotta put on the cool persona a little bit too. Like you can't be the guy that's like, okay, like triple checking the date kind of thing.
yeah.
So you got to be like, okay, it's 7:00 on Friday, and then usually like on Friday around noon, I'll send a text saying like,
Yeah.
okay, like I got reservations at 7, and usually it's like a heart or it sounds good, and then like maybe not 50%, but 40% of the time it's like half an hour before or 40 minutes before. Then
40% of the time.
Yeah,
you
it's
get
a
people
lot.
cancel.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh,
if you're getting a
wow.
heart on your text or it sounds good, just dip immediately.
But
Just be like,
then
screw it.
I
a
think
lot of my
it's-
relationships though that's what they've done though. So it's like, oh, okay, you don't really know, right? So then it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
that'd be
then they
hard to
dip
sell.
out, and it's always like a let's reschedule. It's not like just flat out cancel.
Just
It's
It's
a
just
let's
like
reschedule.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a reschedule, but then they never do reschedule.
do they reschedule?
No, they do sometimes. Yeah, yeah, sometimes
They're
they
like,
do.
just not Not tonight.
But I think also like my perception is probably a little bit different because I have so much on social media where I'm going to dinner with like 10 or 12 people kind of thing.
That might
So
be a
maybe
little-
that is kind of like, oh, he
Like a
has
deterrent.
yeah, like
He's gonna
maybe
show up with 6 girls on each arm.
No, I
know
don't
if
do
wanna
that.
be
That's not the
other
kind
one.
of thing. No, that's just for my events.
But that might be a deterrent for some women, like that.
But-
are
and it's not
as
just me,
secure
like,
in
I hear this
themselves,
from a
though.
lot of
I feel like
people. Mm-hmm.
that's not about you. I feel like that's them as a person, like,
Yeah.
and their own insecurities. Because, like, honestly, I just find something so delicious. Like, if I'm with my man, and all the women are like flocking towards him, like, you go ahead and flock all day, ladies. Because at the end of the day, I know that he's coming home with me, and I love watching that. So, like, if there's this guy, and like you know, we all know, Jeff, you have a social media presence. Yeah, sometimes you show up with 10, 12 chicks.
But it's a matter of who's going home
Who's
with
going
him.
home with
yeah.
them, though?
Yeah.
Who's going home with him?
That's the
I think they
Right
get
there.
nervous, and about a half an hour before the nerves are too much.
which is what I
That's
mean
fair.
by like
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
girl as a
Yeah.
person. That's
Yeah.
part of her personality. Is like I view that as an insecurity. Like
Yeah.
you don't have the confidence
Mm-hmm.
to handle that
Yeah.
man's presence in your life.
Mm-hmm.
If you're intimidated by some social media posts. And his
So
lifestyle.
anyway, we beat that question to death, but that's my defense of dudes
will
not
pass
preparing.
that. I'll pass
Is
that one.
they like prepare and then it's like, okay, like should I really do the restaurant this time, or is this going to be one of those times? So
I think for
Yeah, I'm
me,
looking for
even
a
like
sec.
a coffee date, even going to a park, like is
But
perfectly
a coffee
fine.
date is not acceptable anymore, is it?
I
Like, isn't
think
that
at
viewed as
least
too low
if there's
effort?
intention, like
Circumstantially, a
like-
coffee date is valid.
Yeah, like if
'Cause a lot
both
of
people are
like,
busy,
coffee's not
Yeah.
enough. It's like,
but then again, see, this is what I'm going
It's-
back to. Like again, communicating. Like, oh, my week's just super slammed, but I'd love to see you for a coffee, quick.
Yeah.
Or
Right,
a
like
tea.
people are less likely to say no to a quick coffee than to a whole planned evening if they have those insecurities and if there's like all that other stuff going on
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah.
Then you're like, yeah, I can make time for a quick coffee with someone. Chances are you're gonna like that person in the 1 hour of talking to them and make time for another date.
Yeah.
That makes
Personally,
sense.
you know
It's
what
like
I mean?
taking steps towards
Baby
big day.
steps, yeah, yeah.
Okay, guys, ready?
we're ready, Dawn. Hit
What's
us.
more important in long-term love, discipline or passion?
Passion.
Oh, I would say discipline.
I would say discipline as well. Yeah.
Why do you say passion?
I say passion because human beings, whether we realize it or not, we're very, very emotional. If you don't have the capacity for the love and passion for the person you are seeing, it's not going to go anywhere, even if you are a disciplined person.
So define passion then. What do you mean by passion? Like when you say passion, I think like physical attraction. Am I on the right track with that, or are you thinking something
I'm
else?
thinking
Just
like
like very romantic.
yeah,
and,
your
like, that hard.
romantic capacity, your ability to connect, and how you display your emotions towards people. If you are a very disciplined person, but you are very unpassionate, especially for myself, it doesn't matter. You need to be passionate, otherwise I can't have a deep connection with you.
Okay,
I
Liz,
think-
I feel like you have a wicked,
I
wicked
have a
thing
different
here.
answer. I think I have believed in passionate love for so long, but I think what passion does, if it is only from one side or both people, it can consume you.
Oh,
very
110%.
quickly. So I think without discipline, your passion can easily fade as well.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, but I think you need the discipline to kind of build that effortful love that lasts long. Speaking, I just went to my uncle's birthday party. He's just turned 50, and his wife just threw him like a big surprise birthday party. A lot of people showed up and big speech and everything. And I was like, amazing. They've known each other since they were 16. They dated for like 2 years, and this is back home. So you guys can imagine what that looks like. So of course they had that young love passion, but she told me that they've been best friends, and there've been times where there's been like that discipline making. You have to discipline each other. You have to like make sure that there's going to be days where it doesn't feel okay to like put that other person before you, but you have to do that anyway. Passion can, and I agree with that, because without passion, like love can seem sort of like robotic almost. And I don't like that also. But without that effort on like everyday discipline, like putting each other before you can
Like passion is fleeting a little bit. I
passion
feel
is
like. Do
fleeting
you
and it
think that?
consumes you as well.
I see where you're coming from, and I do agree with you. But still think that passion is a very, very important fundamental piece of it.
Can you create passion? Do you think, or do you think passion is either there or it's not there?
I think it's either there or it's not there.
Yeah,
You-
I agree with that.
How
I
quickly
agree.
do you know?
Almost immediately.
Almost soon, very
5
soon.
minutes?
Sometimes less.
Frankly,
5
Dawn's
minutes,
like,
I
1
wouldn't say
second.
that. That's way too quick.
I frankly knew within half an hour of meeting my current boyfriend that there was a lot of passion between the both of us.
Even though
think-
it was quiet in the car.
Even though it was quiet in the car, that was like a 5, maybe 10-minute drive. We got and we sat down, and within 5 minutes of sitting down,
What
we
were you thinking
talking
in the
back
5 or
and
10
forth.
minutes?
The first 5 or 10 minutes in the car, I was like, wow, this boy's kind of probably an asshole a little bit. He seems very full of himself, and he's
like
why
literally
won't he
not
talk
saying
to
He
me?
like
fucking-
literally
Why won't
doesn't
he
say
talk to
anything.
me?
full of
She's like, this
himself.
guy's an
He-
asshole.
like literally, I
Wait.
totally thought the first 5 minutes, I was like, he's probably an
my
asshole.
God.
He won't talk to me.
The likelihood of
the
no.
thoughts, like
Oh
the
my
in-
God.
And then we sat
Impulsive
down
thoughts.
and he got a little bit more comfortable at that point, and we started actually talking. And within 5 minutes of us sitting down and talking, we were discussing our passions, our expectations in life, what our goals are, and like back and forth conversation. I've gone on so many dates where it's just me talking nonstop or just them talking nonstop, and there's no good back and forth. And those dates never go anywhere. But this one, we barely even ate for the first half an hour because we were too busy talking passionately back and forth.
I love that.
It was amazing. The best date I've been on, honestly.
Yeah. No, I think if it's first 5 minutes, you decide that you're super passionate and into someone, to me personally, that's usually just an attraction thing. But it takes me a while longer to like fully feel passionate about
Yeah.
someone. It has to be like more personality related. Like if it's just looks, I know for sure I'm just attracted to this person.
Well, that's like a red flag.
But
like
it-
I look
yeah.
back
Yeah,
at
like,
past relationships and like this
you-
one dude that walked in and like we
Yeah.
locked eyes and I was like, oh my god,
I've noticed that too.
that's a red
Yeah,
flag.
yeah.
That almost ruined my life. That relationship. Honestly.
If
That's
you
not a
are
good one.
immediately passionate just by visuals,
Yeah.
then it's never going to go anywhere, honestly.
Yeah,
I've had
agreed.
relationships like that, and then
Downward.
always
It's gonna go
end
downward.
terribly.
Only.
Yeah. I've always found when the relationship like is a very steep hill at the very first part of the relationship, it like fades.
it fades
quickly.
very
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a firework just and
It's
goes
like
down.
you get used to that like quick progression, and then it's like once that quick progression starts to like the decelerate, you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? This isn't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something else
You
again.
voted for who? You know?
I fell in love with my husband 12 hours. He proposed after 12 days.
Oh well,
Oh,
this
wow.
this
And
is
like
counter
3
to
months
my.
later, we were married.
Wow,
Whoa.
that is
12 years married.
fast.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow.
Sometimes it just happens.
Sometimes it
This
does.
man moves fast. All
He
right.
doesn't though. Oh my god.
He married you in 3 months. What are you talking about? He moves
no,
super
like
fast.
3
It's
months
like
we gotta
lightning
go. It's like
fast.
that's
Crazy.
just like signal like slow the fuck down.
Fair.
But we
Wow.
got yeah.
Tay, you're
But
up.
it was not easy. It was just
Oh my goodness.
discipline though, for sure.
Should relationships be 50-50 or role-based?
Oh,
I don't
that's a
date
good
50-50
one.
men. I don't date 50-50
We have this
men.
question like every fucking time. It seems like.
It's a very juicy question, I must say. It's like the very juicy
ChatGPT must just love that because when we add our questions to ChatGPT, we're like, make us go viral. We want followers, so it always puts this one.
I feel like that's so personality dependent and like what you
Yeah.
value
Yeah.
and like based on what matters to you. I also just know that by being in a relationship long term, like it's never fucking 50-50. Sometimes it's 80-20.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's 60-40. It just
100%.
like when I can't pick up the slack, dude, my husband does, and vice versa though.
Yeah.
And like I'm cool to a certain point with gender roles, but that's me as a person. I think that's
Yeah.
so individually based.
Yeah, I
on
think
what
it's
your
subjective
answers-
for sure. Yeah.
I don't think you can say like, oh, hardcore, it should be this way. Well, that's up to
Yeah.
every person. Because if I followed what I thought marriage should look like according to society standards, I wouldn't be in the marriage I'm in today.
Because even if we were just to go with the whole like role based mindset,
Yeah.
then should we be at home and just like
Right.
doing the whole thing? Like,
I'm not gonna
so
stay
that's
at
what
home
I'm
all
saying.
time.
Like,
No.
there's it's just so subjective, and there's nothing
Exactly.
wrong
Yeah.
with also being just a housewife or just being
Yeah.
a house husband. Like that,
Yeah.
those are just
Why are you
such a
pointing at me when you said house husband?
Oh, I wasn't. She was just talking with her hand. No, I was just
I'm a
going
house
both
husband.
sides.
Tay, you surprised me. I thought you were a 50-50 person. I don't know you that well, but I thought
Oh
I had you
no,
pegged that way.
no. I grew up in Central Alberta. I am surprisingly conservative in my like relationship structures.
Mm-hmm.
I do my pink jobs. My boyfriend does the blue jobs.
I love that.
don't know what a bill is, and I really appreciate that. I love that my man takes on the role of a provider. That is what I love. That is what I appreciate, and that's what makes me feel most feminine, so that I can provide for him the way that women do, creating a safe place for him to be soft and gentle, which is the exact opposite of what society expects from men. And they do need that. They do need that safe space to be soft and gentle as well.
They do.
I've never heard that perspective before. What do you think
Yes.
about that, Liz?
I'll just add to what Tay was saying, that just the whole like provider mindset kind of creates that security for a female. Just like when you're in a relationship, a girl is able to give you more when she knows that she's provided for.
Exactly.
But I also will add that this is just me personally. I personally have always wanted to be financially independent.
100%.
So, and I think most girls want that now. On top of there's like that guy that will take
You
care
can't
of
have everything, Liz.
you can,
but there's
I'm
also-
saying,
I
but
agree
you
with that. I
can,
agree
but you
with that
can.
totally.
The reason is that you want security for yourself, but you know that your man will also take care of you.
Yeah.
You don't have to like spend all your dollars just for like
Your safety
for
and
your safety and protection and all of that. So I think just having that relationship that guy is like taking care of you, for sure. Like if my guy needs like some help, like here and there, I'm
I'm
there.
more
And that's
than
why
happy to
I'm
provide that
earning
help.
exactly.
It's not just helpful.
So you're
for me,
there
though. Like I love
supporting.
spoiling my men.
Oh, yes.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I like having the financial resources available to me.
Yeah.
I can spoil the shit out of them.
My
Spoil
man
him
spoils me.
with
I want to
what?
spoil him in
Staycations
return.
all day long,
Oh.
man. If we need to like go downtown, go to a nice restaurant, end up at the Fairmont for
Yeah.
like, you know, the day or the night or whatever, and get a couple's massage and whatever. That's on me when I choose it to be though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love
You want to be able to treat your man just as good as he treats you.
100%.
Yeah. Exactly. And I
100%.
think that's where the 50-50 comes in. Like
Yeah.
if this person's really treating you well, why would
Why
I not
wouldn't
be
you
a,
wanna treat
a
him the
good
same?
girlfriend, a good wife? Like why not? Like
Exactly.
take care of the house or take
100%.
care of the whatever is out there, like errands. I swear when there's a good partner, you want to do like all those things. You don't
Yeah.
want to
Oh yeah,
Just
when
put
I
yourself
love
on
you,
the
I
back
am
seat.
generous with everything. Like everything goes when I am like in love with the person.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think everybody already knows my views on 50-50, but I agree with you, but I would put a tweak on it. I would say gender roles still. Like, I think it's the man's duty, and I think a man feels it in his most masculine when he like makes
Yeah.
the money
Yep.
and he
Yeah.
provides and he like provides like the
110%.
cocoon kind of thing. But on the flip side of that, I also think that like that works the best if a woman is kind of like appreciative in a feminine way kind
Yes.
of thing,
Yeah.
where it's kind of like,
Women need to be appreciative in a feminine way, because otherwise men are intimidated by a masculine form of appreciation.
Yeah.
And
I feel
it-
like they don't feel as appreciated
Exactly.
as like a man, like in their masculine.
well,
when-
I would say actually it's just the softness of a woman. So it's like, I think right now in society, the part of the reason why we even have this 50-50 conversation continuing to keep coming up with ChatGPT is the most precious commodity, in my opinion, right now is like soft feminine energy. It's
Yeah.
like it used to be, I feel like 50
Abundant.
years ago, it used to be very abundant. And I think the reason it used to be abundant was because the man went out to work in the coal mines or on the road crew.
Men took care of women the way that women needed to be taken care of.
And then when he comes home, then there's that feminine energy where it's kind of like, oh, okay, you did your role, now I'm going to do my role kind of thing.
Yeah.
like there's something to be said about the saying a woman's touch.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is that feminine, that lightness, that softness,
Mm-hmm.
and creating space for
Your personal
yeah,
projects. Because I think
exactly.
even a few years ago, just like you're saying that it was abundant back then,
Yeah.
it's because women still did their own thing. Like
Yep.
they were still like at the time, of course, there was less technology, so not everyone could have the jobs that we have right now. But
I
women
just also
still
feel
had
like
their
there was, like, less
personal
rights too,
yeah, like
and,
personal
economy was a
projects.
bit
And their little
different,
sewing
and et
clubs.
cetera.
Yeah,
There's, like,
like
there's different
something was
factors.
exciting
think.
them, something was inspiring them to
Yeah.
be better females and to be better partners.
Yeah.
Well, I think that polarity like charges both people. So a quick story. I used to run construction crews, and it's not very often that you like get women applying for the construction crew, but when they would, I would still like give them a shot or whatever. And the one thing that I did notice is when I would bring a woman onto the construction crew, it wouldn't even matter if she did anything at all. The dudes would just like 2-3x their energy. So it was like I would hire a woman just to sit in the truck and like watch the dudes because their like energy would go up like 300% just because like a
Yeah.
girl's around.
I believe that.
And I think it's just that charge thing where it's like if
They
a-
see a woman
soft,
and they want
feminine
to
president?
impress.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They wanna compete
Just like
almost.
yeah,
And that's
them,
just like
and
nature's
it's like
instinct at
Yeah.
that point too. I feel like
I think the
right?
old word was courting. If that's
Yeah.
the right word. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Is
I
English
think-
not your first language?
Sorry.
Is English not your first language?
It is.
Oh, I was
yeah.
gonna say, yeah, you
Yeah.
speak perfectly.
I still like
so.
courting.
Thank you.
I still think that's adorable. like,
Courting,
to a
yeah.
certain
It's.
extent.
I think it's like
I
just
think
such
it's
an amazing
adorable.
concept. It's just never.
not done the same.
Yeah, it's not done the same.
Yeah, it's sad that right now that it's like that's not in vogue. It's like most male podcasts. I don't know if you guys ever listen to them, probably not, but most male podcasts are like make the girl pay, like she needs to like be in the
No.
workforce and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like,
Those are the
I feel
same
so
dudes that
sad.
ask
I
if
have
you're
stopped.
doing
man
it right
makes
off the
me
hop.
pay, especially on a first date, there's not going to be a second.
Yeah, and it shouldn't even be just the first date. I think it should be like
Every date.
Yeah.
My boyfriend has never let me take my
Yeah,
wallet
like
out
go
in front of
work
him.
some more. If you can't afford the girl, then like
does
there's
not-
other guys
he
that
gets
can afford
upset
girls.
if I pay for anything. There was one time I was getting a cat tree and I just needed help getting it from the store to my house.
A what tree?
A cat tree for my cat.
Oh, okay.
And he got upset that I would not let him pay for it. I was like, no, I have the money for it. Like I intended to buy it because it's her little birthday gift
I
from
would
me.
be upset because it wasn't for a dog.
And he was like, why aren't you letting me pay for it? I am here. I am a man. This is my job. And I was like,
Amazing.
because this is different for me and I'm not used
I
to it.
just
Let me
need
pay
your
for my cat's
muscles.
tree.
Yeah.
That's what I
all I
needed. All I
needed.
needed was your muscles in your car, not
Yeah.
your. And he was like, I don't ever want to see your wallet out again. And I was like, okay, done deal. Now I don't.
A lot of girls actually don't like that though.
It was weird and intimidating at
Yeah,
first
like,
because
if you
it's
said that
not
to
the
some girls,
culture I
it'd be-
grew up in. But it's his culture.
Mm-hmm.
He gets really, really upset and offended when I pay for anything.
We need
'cause-
more dudes like that.
Oh yeah,
Would you agree? Liz?
100%.
I think I agree, but I wouldn't be like super stern on it personally, just how I've approached it. Just because I think for me, if I'm taking my wallet out, it's just out of heart. Like I just
Yeah.
want to
I'm with
spend
you.
that money.
I'm 100%
Exactly.
with you.
But I think if he gets offended, that's a little too strong for
yeah,
me.
okay.
Okay.
fair,
That's a little
fair
too
point.
strong. I'm like,
side
okay,
note.
I earn my own money. It's okay to have my money out. Like
I'm an independent
I would
woman.
eat that, but like I appreciate everything that a guy
We've
does.
had to have that discussion
yeah.
where I'm like, I like to spend the money that I make. I
I
love when
choose.
you spend your money on me, but I also like to spend my own money.
Yeah.
And we've had to have that conversation so that he understands that like I'm not doing it in a way to be like offensive. It's just that I grew up here in North America. He grew up in the Middle East.
Oh, that makes sense.
So he's very much my money is mine and my partner's money,
Yeah.
and her money is her money. She should not be spending it in front
That
of me,
makes
kind
sense.
of vibe.
Yeah.
So
I think the problem
that makes sense.
but it does make sense because
my
Middle
buddy is my
Eastern
buddy and your buddy is our buddy.
yeah, my money is my money.
That might go a
His
little
money is
far
our
for
money.
me.
That's
what
the
she's
perspective
saying
they have.
makes sense. Personally, I think the problem came because a lot of these gender roles became alpha male and alpha female, and it
They
became
definitely are right
like it
now.
stemmed from controlling issues. I
Yeah.
think when you start to treat your money and your partner's money as like you control everything, it can lead to
A lot
of issues, when there's a mutual understanding between the couple, I think it's a lot easier. It's a lot better. But having that kind of understanding, okay, this partner, I know that he can take care of me, but I have this also flexibility for myself.
Well, I'm going to say something controversial. It's kind of sexy to me a little bit when a woman has to depend on you a little tiny bit. Like that makes me feel a little more masculine. Where
No,
it's like,
no, for sure. Yeah,
100%,
absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah,
like-
does that
I
help
like
you,
depending on
make
my
you feel
man.
like you're,
It makes me
taken
happy.
care of?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like your life's better with me than it doesn't have to be spoken or in the
Yeah,
face or
yeah.
anything, but it's kind of like,
Your life's better
yeah,
with me in
like
it.
you know that like I'm a like killer guy that can like really handle shit, and
Yeah.
when you're with me, then life's
You
way
ain't
better.
gotta worry.
And
about
girls
it.
love that. And girls love
Stop
that.
canceling
Like
on
they
Jeff,
love
guys.
the whole idea of this guy is just like constantly for me and like taking care of me. Of
Yeah.
course, why not?
But I like knowing that like she knows that when she's with me, like her life like gets notched
yeah,
up.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
hands off and like completely carefree.
Yeah.
And like the blue job, pink job thing, I love that because
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
I
when
like to
that
cook, I
dynamic
like to
exists,
clean, he
then the
can
way that
shuffle,
she
and he
closes
can
the
mow the
gap is
lawn.
through softness. I
Yeah,
feel like.
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So, all right, next question. Okay,
Yay.
Ooh, okay.
What is it?
Tanya,
Hey, Tanya.
What's
I
up,
know
Tanya?
that girl. No,
we
no,
got
a
5
long
minutes
ass
before we
time.
got to get Tay out
Be
of here.
careful with reading that question.
What is more important in a relationship, stability or connection?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
I have my
Connection.
answer, but I like going
I would
last,
say
so-
connection.
Connection.
I would honestly say connection.
Yeah,
Also
I would
agree.
agree with connection because life can be
Unstable.
Yeah.
And you
unstable.
can work through the
That's very-
instability.
And relationships have the instability
Right.
as
Exactly.
is.
You
Exactly.
can't plan for everything in life. So
All right,
just
I wholeheartedly agree or
Right?
disagree.
Oh, wow, okay.
disagree. Oh,
Disagree.
No,
Oh,
I
we thought we
say
had him on that one.
yeah.
I say it is stability because connection is like I've had like a 20-year deal before, and connection like can come and be strong for 2 years or 3 years, and then it can disappear for a year or 2, and then it can come back for another couple years, and then it'll disappear for a year, and then it comes back super strong, stronger than it's ever been before, and deeper than you've ever experienced before, and then it fleets for a little bit.
But
so
trusting in the
stability.
security and the stability of it makes
that
it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
stay.
saying, the stability,
Yeah. I
right?
understand where you're coming from. That's
So
a very valid point.
you get the connection, and the connection is strong and it's deep. And then it's like, oh, I had this really great job opportunity, but I have to travel a lot or something. And then like you travel a lot, and then that connection disappears a little bit, maybe for a year or maybe for 2 years. You don't know
But
how,
isn't that
but
part of like talking about the boundaries and expectations, what you're willing to put up
Yeah.
with and what you're willing to not put up with? Like, if you're gonna date a guy that obviously travels a lot and you know that going in, you don't get to complain.
No. I
like sorry, but you know what you signed up for when you signed up.
so did I sway you to stability is more important, or do you still think connection is?
I think you get the stability from having that connection.
I think so too.
The stability comes from
Because
the
without
connection.
the
we're a team
connection-
and
Stability.
we're gonna
without
get there
the connection,
no matter
there
what.
like the stability wouldn't be
There
there,
would be no
to
drive
begin
to
with.
get
There
that
would be
stability.
no drive. Like connection also builds in that whole thing I said about best friends and like
Yeah, we're a
having that
team.
connection with someone. It would remind you in moments of instability that
Yeah.
you still can rely on that person,
100%.
even though times are rough right now.
Okay,
Like
'cause-
you can still
Like, I wanna know
go
that-
back to it. You can still kind of remind yourself, hey, you know, like if that was our 20s, maybe this could be our new 40s, and that could be
Totally.
a new connection.
But I
for
just want
us.
to know that like me and my best friend, like whether we have 10 mil or like $10, we're still gonna vibe. We're still
Yeah.
gonna love each other.
Yeah.
Still gonna be there.
But I guess when you
I
guys
feel
say
like they go
connection,
hand
here's
in
what I
hand.
picture. And maybe I'm picturing it wrong, but I'm picturing the type of relationship where it's like the guitarist that's on the couch that's really good at like doing the connection with his music, but he's
not
just on the
picturing it
couch
like that
hanging
at
out all
all.
the time. Like, am I wrong in thinking that?
No, I think it's.
No, I think
it's-
you've categorized it
I
pretty
think
well.
categorized it, yeah. It's a vision you're getting from connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that, so what's the, is that not the
What I
vision or
see
what?
when I think of
It's not
connection
mine.
is like when you guys are capable of seeing eye to eye with the goals
Different
that you
things.
want.
Yeah, different things.
And you can connect in the middle and create the stability that you need, even if it's not there. You can
That
connect with
includes
each other.
compromising. Like,
Exactly.
you don't have
exactly.
to see eye to eye, but you
Yeah.
have to be willing to like.
Exactly.
like you
Okay,
said, meet in
we
the
we
middle.
have 3 minutes left, so I'm going to back up and try my stability argument one more time. Okay.
Good luck.
I yesterday or 2 days ago on the pod, we had somebody here that was doing arranged marriage. And so I was thinking that's like she values stability over connection because
Yeah.
she's like, okay, if I do an arranged marriage, our families are friends. There's a lot of social pressure on both sides to keep us together.
Yeah.
And as long as the stability is there, I can handle the connection.
Yeah. I can understand that perspective because for her and presumably her culture, it's not necessarily about the connection being there. It's about the stability being there so that you can grow and create that connection. Because you can't create a connection if there is no stability, but you cannot create stability if there is no connection.
So maybe you
They
need them
go
both.
hand
then.
in
And
hand.
They
I
do.
think they go hand in hand because you could just take
Yeah.
that argument to anything. It could be
Literally,
like
because like that
your
could be someone's perception, but it's not
finances.
my perception.
Yeah,
so-
and it could be just like anything that you're talking about. It doesn't have to be just like finances or feeling secure that you have a partner, you have a house, you have all these things. Okay,
Yeah.
but I've seen couples that are like in their late 50s and they don't talk to each other. Like
Yeah.
absolutely not. They have everything that they need.
And yet
It's a
they sleep
stable
in, like,
house,
separate rooms.
But what's the point
And have
if
separate
you're not gonna
lives.
have a relationship
Yeah.
with that person? So they go hand in hand. You need that connection to build that stability,
And you're gonna get
and
that
you need
connection
that
through
stability to
communication.
continue on with that connection at
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
point you have in life.
Liz,
I
you got
agree.
the last word.
I got that.
Liz got the last word. Okay, thanks for tuning in to the Velvet Network podcast. Like I said, on Friday nights, if anybody wants to be on the podcast, please hit us up on the Velvet Network, and we'd gladly have you on the show. Thank you so much, Dawn, for continuing to come out and support our podcast and everything.
Thank you,
And
Jeff.
Tay, it was sure nice to
Jeff.
meet you. You have like a really cool story and presence and career. And Liz, all the way from Pakistan and now in Calgary full time for 15 years, right?
16.
16 years, yeah. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. See you
Thank
next
you.
Friday.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
All right. Let's take a picture before we go on the Velvet Wall.
Of course.
Oh yeah, velvet wall.